The wildfire disaster has been fueled by the Santa Ana winds. While there's been some reprieve, authorities are now warning those winds will pick back up across Los Angeles. Joining me to explain more is Dr. John Keeley, senior scientist with the US Geological Survey and adjunct professor with the Department of Ecology at the University of California, Los Angeles. Welcome to the show. So, can you tell us what's going to happen with these winds going into next week?
Well, I can tell you that the winds themselves are not unique events. Every autumn and winter, we get anywhere from a dozen or 2 dozen days of these Santa Ana winds. So that in itself is not unique. What is different about these winds is they're much more severe than usual. Normally, the winds are blowing at 30, 40 miles per hour. These were clocked sometimes up to 100 miles per hour. So it was quite different in terms of the severity of the winds. That's not normal, but it's not unique. We have had severe winds like this in the past. What was really catastrophic about this was where it occurred. It occurred basically in very densely populated, expensive homes. It occurred in January when we had perhaps 9 months of drought. Normally we get rain in the autumn and winter. This year we didn't. That's not a unique event, but what is most unfortunate is that drought coincided with these severe winds. And then on top of that, some aspect of human infrastructure or direct action by humans ignited the fire, because we know these fires were started by humans either directly or through the infrastructure.
Was it a case of forest mismanagement?
I don't think that plays a major role in this case. It's not to say that mismanagement of forests is not a problem in California. It's not a problem, though, in Southern California, because in the shrubland vegetation, we haven't had the same problems with mismanagement that we've seen, for example, in forests further north in the mountains. So I would say mismanagement is not a big issue. Without a doubt, the number one issue is the severity of these winds, where they occurred is extremely important, and the fact that somehow there was a human ignition that started the fires.
Now, California is synonymous with advanced technology. Is there anything that could have been put in place to forewarn people about the severity of the winds and therefore the fires?
Well, there were warnings ahead of time. Several days ahead of time, the region was warned that the winds were going to pick up, and that they even projected winds on the order of 70 to 100 miles per hour, which is what unfolded. However, there's no way to predict that there's going to be a fire. 2/3 of all our Santa Ana wind days have no fire at all. And that's because nobody started a fire during the wind event. This time it was different, and somehow a fire was ignited within or adjacent to the urban areas. And it will take some investigation to determine what the cause of those fires was. But at this point, we can say without a doubt they were human ignited, either directly or through infrastructure. They definitely were not natural lightning ignitions, because we don't get lightning during these Santa Ana wind events.